proceed with the introduction of digital ID that will modernize how citizens interact with public services.
Basically, Starmer made it very clear at the beginning of this year that if you do not comply with this digital ID infrastructure that's going to be implemented, which was now validated by King Charles, that you are going to have a hard time getting socially verified. Do you understand?
Shalom. First and foremost, before I begin, I'm going to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakak. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and peace and salutations to the elect feeding the sheep of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, with sincerity, truth, and with charity. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, which the world ignorantly calls God. Ba'Hashem means in the name of, and Yahushai is the true name of the Son, which the world ignorantly calls JC. His true name is Yahushai in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. Once again, Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson, and I'm just going to be doing a quick lesson on this MOTB update, Mark of the Beast update, which, if you can already tell from the beginning of the video, you have King Charles of the UK, right? He basically just announced, or just confirmed, right, this digital ID, right? Which we know this digital ID is going to be a part of their New World Order, the New World Order, where they're going to bring in that Mark of the Beast. Ultimately, it's going to lead into the Mark of the Beast, right? Now, the Mark of the Beast is, according to Revelation 13:16, is that RFID microchip that's going to be embedded into the human body, into the skin, right? And we're going to bring this out because we will repeat this as many times as we need to, right? Let's bring this out. According to Revelation 13:16, it says, "And he causeth both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Right? So we see that this, whoever doesn't take this mark, they're not going to be able to basically buy or sell, right? And this devil, Esau, Edom, he's going to try to get everybody to take it, right? He's gonna give this RFID microchip, this Mark of the Beast, to small and great, right? So whether you're a regular person or some sort of celebrity or one of these, rich people, right? Rich and poor, free and bond, prisoner, or whether you're a prisoner or you're just a walking citizen, he's going to try to get everybody on this chip. And ultimately, this chip, right, it's going to be, all these things that they're coming out with, the digital ID, right, the Mark of the Beast, the chip, all these things are part of the same agenda. Or they're all part of their ultimately they're part of their one world order, right? Their new world order, right? But ultimately, this devil, he's going to try to get everybody to take that Mark of the Beast RFID microchip, right? And as you can see, this is verbatim what King Charles said, right? This is it says, digital ID will modernize how citizens interact with public services, right? I'm going to read it one more time. Digital ID will modernize how citizens interact with public services. And what's public services, bro? You have, what? Your ability to travel, right? Then certain things you buy and sell, right? All these things, they're basically saying, they're basically saying that this is going to be a part of your daily life, right? They're just putting it in basic terms, right? You know, they're making it. They're trying to. They're using blanket terms right now, right? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21. It says, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart, and his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords." Right? So they like to use words like, you know, this is for our economy, this is for the benefit of our society, our climate, right? These things are going to help us interact with your everyday life, right? Well, this is for, you know, stability, right? Whatever the fuck this devil, you know, likes to use. His words are smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Meaning what, you know, he ultimately, you know, he has this hidden agenda of putting everybody under that RFID microchip, right? Let's bring this. Let's bring this out. Bear with me. Luke 21:35. It says, "For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth." Right? Let's read. Let's go back to verse 34. Luke 21, verse 34. And it says, "And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to the pass, and to stand before the Son of Man." Right? And so ultimately what that snare is, that you know, that mark of the beast, right? That RFID microchip that's going to come upon the face of the whole earth, right? That snare is that word snare is what, a trap, right? And that's, you know, that's going to be, you know, the equivalent, right? That's 144 Tawada Yahweh Shemel Shai. Yeah, so that snare is going to be what, the mark of the beast, right? And it's going to fall upon the face of the whole earth, right? And so we cannot be ignorant of this devil's devices, right? But they're you know, this is just confirmation right here of what the prophets have been saying, right? You know, King Charles, you know, this guy, right? Which really he's just, you know, another Edomite, you know, another what you call elite, right? But he's telling you right there. You know, this is just confirming what the prophets have been saying, right? And what the prophets starting down what you know what, because that word mark, it goes back to the word charagma, right? Which is a stamp, right? It's an imprinted mark, or meaning this is something that's going to be put into your body, right? This is not a fucking spiritual mark. The mark of the beast isn't the name JC. It's not sleeping with the white woman. It's not a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's not a fucking potato chip. It's none of these stupid things. A fucking embargo. It's not the, you know, Jekyll Island, whatever the fuck these people are talking about. You know, the mark of the beast is the chip that's going to be inserted into the human body, right? That RFID microchip. Right, but I just wanted to make this quick update, right? Yeah, just confirming, right? I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna go back one more time, and it says, let's look this up. King Charles digital ID, right? So yeah, it says King Charles, my ministers will also proceed with the introduction of the digital ID, right? That's verbatim. That's coming exactly from what this guy is saying, bro. You know, Yep. It says UK digital ID scheme gets royal green light from King Charles III. Right? See, look. We go back down. Yep, UK moves towards digital ID system after confirmation from King Charles II. Right? There you go, man. You know, so this digital ID, you know, and you know, the prophets were warning people about this months ago. Right? This was already, they were already talking about this months ago, and they were saying, you know, by next parliament, right, they were going to introduce a digital ID. Which we know, you know, they're gonna come with this thing real soon, right? So I just wanted to make a quick update. You know, Lord willing, this was you know, Lord willing, you found this edifying, right? You know, I'm just here to sound the alarm, right? But with that, I'm gonna give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Merkat Kodesh, and double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And salutations to the elect tree and the sheep of Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai. Shalom.